All right, guys. So is everyone seated? Everyone's all ready to go? All right. So this next speaker is came all the way from Colombia. He's actually came from Argentina, if you really want to go all the way back. Marcos here. I met Marcos not even that long ago, less than a year ago, I think I met him. We went for lunch, and he was in another friend of mine's mastermind, and we started talking. And this guy here is probably one of the most intelligent humans I know. But I want to talk about why you should have no excuses here. Because I told you I wasn't going to talk about motivation here, but I think this is really imperative to mention. This guy here, Marcos, was born and raised in Argentina, right? And we can all agree that Argentina is not the economic capital of the world, right? It's like the opportunities there are not equivalent to the opportunities here. Marcos here, he is one of my best friends, but he's also a business mentor of mine. And this also goes to ego as well, because Marcos is 3 years younger than me. I'm born in 94, he's born in 97, right? So he's 3 years younger than me, yet I sit and listen to him when he gives me business advice. He is the #1 coach in the Latin American market. He averages about $200,000 a month for his business. So when he talks, I listen, because he clearly knows a little bit more than me. And I encourage you to do the same. I asked him today, when he does give his time, it's like at least thousands of dollars an hour when he does give his time to people. So, and keep in mind, English is his second language here. So he's he's really giving us a treat. Everything he does is in Spanish. Right? You can do it in Spanish. I would understand. Lily would understand. I don't know about you guys. But he's going to be doing this talk in English for all of us. And I really want you to pay attention because, Marcos, in my opinion, is the epitome of hard work, dedication, being able to, beat the odds. Like I said, from Buenos Aires, Argentina, it didn't even finish university, yet he runs a $200,000 a month business, only selling in the Latin American market. Not the American market, not the Canadian market, not even the European market, the Latin American market. So any limiting beliefs you have about what is possible will be shattered from when this guy's talking. So I won't say too much more. We'll get him on stage now and we'll hear from him. All right, let's go. Well, I love you. I love you too, bro. Here you go. Put that on.
Okay. Do you have the dog there?
Yeah, you got it?
Yeah, bro, I got a big head, so yeah, it's hard to fit. So sorry for the Google Doc. The thing is that, as Sarin told, I usually do everything in Spanish, so I didn't have any slides in English. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna translate the Google Doc. And this is actually my speech from my mastermind that I gave about 2 weeks ago. I have a mastermind in which I charge $20K per person to scale them to 7 figures. And this was one of the 2 talks that I did. So I'm gonna try to do my best, because as Sarim said, English is not my first language. I wasn't born in an English-speaking country, and I don't live in an English-speaking country. So either way, I'm gonna try to do my best to give you all the info and value that I can. So first of all, some context around me. As Sarim told you, we are making 200K a month. That was actually our biggest month. I don't want to lie. We average around 180, but still pretty good. We are the top revenue making company in the Spanish market regarding evergreen and high ticket. We got some competitors that do a bit more, but they do like lots of launches. They sell lots of products. Like, they have a huge audience. They're kind of like the Grant Cardone of the Spanish market, but with a simple business, we are the only ones doing this much revenue. We only have 2 products. We have a 6K product, which we are raising to 7K now, and we got the 20K back-end offer. So some context real quick. I don't want to go into the hero story and make you all cry and whatever. Just for you to have some context, almost 2022, so around a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now, this was my situation. That's the Amex charges for pending, it was like 88K pending charges. So we had like almost 100K in debt and $100 in the bank account. This was like almost 2 years ago. Right now, we are making, as I told you, like an average of 180, 170, depends on the month. This was May and June, so you can see the proof that we are showing not selling. And so I want to start today by talking about some numbers, okay, which is the math to success. I'm a very numbers guy. I like to turn everything into processes, into systems. I think that when you take things into systems, it's easier to scale, it's easier to understand. So let's start from the beginning. So if we want to get to somewhere, the first thing that we do is we first know where we want to go. So if you get into a car, the first thing that you do is just turn on the GPS, right? So the first thing that we are going to do is just know where we are going, know where we are aiming to go with our business. So as I told you, this is translated from Spanish, so I'm going to try to translate if anything is not properly translated. So revenue, which is going to call F, it's a price per amount of customers. So if you want to basically have 100K in revenue and your price is 4K, then I need 25 customers or clients. Make sense? Okay. All right. So clients equals revenue divided by price. So the variable price affects how many customers or clients I need to reach my desired revenue. So that means that if I increase my prices, I need less customers to make the revenue that I want, right? Okay. I need you all guys to be very interactive here because this is going to be a very deep talk and very long. So if not, you're going to get sleepy. Okay. Okay. So clients equals, which is the number of customers, equals to the number of bookings or calls booked, yeah, per the closing or conversion rate, right? So the amount of clients that I get equals the amount of calls that I get per my conversion rate. So if I close 3 out of 10 sessions or calls that I have, my conversion rate in a call is 30%. And if my conversion rate in a call is 30% and I want 40 clients, I need 133 bookings. Make sense? We're good? Okay. I promise it's not all the talk like this. It's just the beginning, all right? Which is the most dense part, and I put it in the beginning because it's the most intense. So bookings, if we change the order, you know, equals to client dividing closing rate. So the closing rate affects how many bookings I need to achieve the clients that I need, which multiplied by the price gives me my revenue, right? Make sense? Yeah? No? Okay, okay. So replacing the revenue formula, we got F, which is, remember the F is revenue because it's revenue in Spanish, equals price per bookings per conversion rate. So your revenue equals your price per, between brackets, booking per conversion rate. So if you increase your price and you increase your conversion rate, you will get to your revenue more easily. And if you get more clients with those two variables, you get more revenue. So basically the 3 variables that we know increase revenue are price, bookings or calls, and conversion rate. And you'll be like, okay, this is very basic, like what's the advance here? But we don't always have this in our mind. And the first thing that I want to do today is for all of you to be or to see the business as something simple. So for all of you to know if your business is not scaling and you're not hitting your revenue goals, why it is. Because, you know, some things, sometimes what it happens is that our revenue is not scaling, our business is not scaling, and we start focusing in lots of things. And, you know, being business owners or working in a company, we get caught up with lots of things. So we have, you know, content, we have clients, we have to handle our team, we have to handle our funnel, we have to take sales calls. So we have all these activities that can lead us out of focus of the main thing. And this is the main thing, you know, price, bookings, and conversion rate. All of you here sell by phone. Is there anyone who hasn't sold by phone? All right, cool. Okay, 1. Well, you should start, bro, then. Okay, so let's see how we get bookings, which is like, okay, I know how to get my revenue. I know the math to get my revenue. How do I get the bookings to get that revenue? which gives me multiplied by the conversion rate, the clients that I need. So for organic prospecting, which is basically outbound, the number of bookings is the percentage of message to booking multiplied by the numbers of messages you send. So let's say every 100 messages you send, you manage to scale 3 bookings. So your message to booking would be 3%, okay? So if your message to booking is 3%, and I want 133 sessions or bookings or book calls, then I need to send 404 and free messages, okay? So messages, how many messages I need to send equals the amount of bookings that I need divided by message to booking. So the variable message to booking affects how many messages to send to achieve the bookings that I want. Okay, this is where it gets a bit complex. So replacing the formula, our revenue is our price multiplied by message to booking per messages per conversion rate. So this is where you start getting into the details of exactly what actions do I need to get or to apply in order to get my revenue. And this is how you get predictable revenue. The thing is that most of the companies that don't get predictable revenue don't know these numbers, and they don't apply the consistent actions that give them the consistent revenue. But if you know how many messages you need to send in order to get the book calls that you need, in order to, in a percentage of close ratio that you have, at a certain price will get you a revenue, then you can hit your revenue goals every time, except that something happens, like you don't get the expected conversion rate, or you don't collect all the cash that you expected, whatever. Make sense? Okay. So then we got the paid formula, which is bookings equals cost per session or cost per bookings. So the number of bookings equals the cost per booking multiplied by the advertising investment you make. So if my cost per booking is $200 and I want 133 bookings, then I need to invest 26K. Make sense? Okay. So investment equals the amount of bookings that I need divided cost per booking. So the cost per booking variable affects how much I have to invest to achieve bookings. So replacing the formula, revenue equals price per cost per booking per investment per conversion rate. So this is how you make projections properly in order to set goals, set targets, and achieve them. Okay? Then we have this formula, which is the cost per acquisition equals investment divided amount of clients. And let's say, you know, cost per acquisition also, if we replace that formula, equals investment divided bookings per conversion rate, which, if we remember, bookings per conversion rate equals the amount of clients that I need. Okay? So remember always that cost per acquisition, which is how much I need to spend to acquire a customer, needs to be less than the earning per booking, or LTV, to have a profitable earning per sale, or LTV to have a profitable business. Who knows what's the difference between earning per sale and LTV? No one? Okay. So earning per sale is how much you make on the first sale or the first payment. So let's say this. So let's say I invest, for example, you know, 1K or to acquire a customer, and that person pays me, let's say, 2K. So I'm making, as an earning per sale, 1K. Okay? We're good? Okay. So this is what I make in the first sale. But then if I collect all the payment plans from that sale, or let's say I get to upsell that person, or cross-sell or downsell, and I get that sale to be 5K, then my earning per sale ends up being 4K, right? Which is 5K minus 1K, it's 4K. So what's the goal here? We want to increase our LTV. And that's one way to kind of like scale a business that it's not very well known or top of mind in people. You know, you can literally scale your business increasing your LTV. So how do you increase your LTV? Anyone knows? Any ideas? Upsell, anything more? Downsell? Okay, how do you upsell and downsell, cross-sell, and more value? So here's the thing. Everyone is focused on the marketing and sales part of the business, but marketing and sales after a sale comes with value, with fulfillment. So I can have the best upsell offer, the best downsell, the best whatever, but if I give shitty results to my clients, they're not gonna buy anything, right? So the best way to literally scale a business with free cost of acquisition is giving great results to your customers and making them loyal customers for life and giving them great value. So if you want to scale a business beyond advertising costs and not be eaten by the rising cost of advertising, what you want to do is make your customers more valuable than from your competition. And how you do that is providing more value than the market. So if you focus some of your attention that you're focusing on marketing and sales from marketing and sales, and you spend that time and money into your fulfillment, you'll get a different advantage. Because think about it, how many people are launching like amazing funnels? Like they have the best copywriters, they have like the best funnel, the best ads, the best organic strategies, but like how many people are focusing on their fulfillment? And that's the secret marketing and sales, because your competition can go and copy your posts, can go and copy your ads, can go and copy your funnel, but they cannot copy your fulfillment. How many of you have been copied by your competition? Bro, if you haven't been copied yet, you haven't grown enough. You will be copied, I'm telling you. Like, you will be copied. But the one thing that they cannot copy unless they buy from you is your fulfillment. So I'm telling you, this is one of the secrets to scale. And I'm telling you, from scaling a business to almost 200K a month in a market in which the average salary is $400, $500. Yeah, I don't know if all of you knew that, but the average salary on the Latin American market is like 500 to 1K per month. And I'm scaling to 200K. So if you apply this in your market, making 200K equals to 1 million. Like there are literally maybe 10 people that I know in my market making like, you know, above 140, 150. It's really, really hard to scale with a market with a low acquisition, you know, power. So yeah, just pay attention regarding fulfillment. That's a key to scale. So let's go back to this because I derailed a bit from the conversation. So cost per acquisition needs to be less than the earning per sale or LTV. And it refers to the cost to acquire a client. How much money you need to invest to acquire a customer. Earning per sale refers to earning per sale, you know, EPS, which is net profit per sale. How much money do you have left after making that sale, discounting cost of acquisition and cost of goods sold also. Because what happens is that if you have a closer, if you have a mentor, if you have a setter, whatever, if you have to pay your team and you're spending 1K to bring in 2 or 3K sales, then your profit margins are really low. One thing that I forgot to mention, that 200K I mentioned is with like 40-50% profit margin. So that's really good too. So LTV refers to lifetime value. How much money does an average client invest with you during the entire business relationship that they share? And to scale a business profitably, the cost of acquisition must be less than earning per sale in the short term. So in the front end or the first payment, you want to aim to at least double or triple your money. So like spend 1K, get 2K, spend 1.5K, get 3K, and then you get the most of the money from, you know, customer paying the payment plans or upselling them or whatever, okay? Because then what you can do is you can, 1, raise your prices, and 2, raise the money that you're able to spend to acquire a customer. And then Kennedy says that the person who can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. But you cannot spend the most to acquire a customer only with good marketing and sales. You can only do so by making your customers more valuable. So here what you need to do is vary all the variables, which is niche, transformation, price, vehicle, and system, which is like scaling and marketing systems. So conclusions around the variable: if I increase price, I need fewer customers to reach my revenue goals. If I increase my conversion rate, I need fewer sessions or bookings or book calls to get the clients that I want. If I increase bookings or book calls, I will achieve my desired billing faster. If I increase the message to session or booking, I will need fewer messages to achieve the sessions or bookings that I want. If I lower my cost per session or booking, I will need to spend less to get the sessions that I want. If I increase the conversion rate, I need to reduce reduce my cost per acquisition, right? All good? Some of you like this? This is only the beginning, I told you. Yeah, bro.
What's your ideal CAC to LTV ratio?
I will aim to like 5.
5 to 1?
Yeah, 5 to 1. I will ideally like to, there's one metric that we track on our company, which is marketing to revenue ratio, which is how much you spend on marketing regarding your total revenue. And I aim that not to be more than 20%. So between, you know, like what you spend on organic and ads and whatever. So if we made like 200K, I would ideally not spend more than 40K on marketing. That's kind of what I aim for. And between organic and upsells and everything, it ends up being something like that. Because then you have like 20% team, 10% whatever. And so you have left like a 50% profit margin. So let's talk about the path to your success. We just talked about the math. Let's talk about the path. So 0 to 10K is mainly easy. The hardest thing to do here is get product market fit, which is basically get your offer validated, get your ideal clients, get your vehicle and sales process. So there are 4 or 5 variables that I tend to look into a business when it's not scaling. I will share them a little bit more in detail later, but it's mainly the niche, which is who I'm aiming to, the transformation, which is what result do I sell or what's my promise to that niche, the price, which is like, okay, how much am I selling my thing, then the vehicle, which is like, how do I deliver this result, or what do I use or position to deliver the result, and then the system to attract and convert. Okay, so bottlenecks here might be mindset mainly, which is like, I don't want to raise my prices, I feel like an imposter, my environment doesn't support me, I don't want to create content, whatever. Okay, and then the traffic, which is like, I don't have traffic to, like, you know, I don't have bookings, so I don't have book calls, or I don't know how to close those book calls. But mainly this stage 0 to 10K, what I'm seeing from working with like more than 300 clients and having more than 100 case studies of people achieving 6 and 7 figures on our company, like it's literally this, like it's either the niche, the promise or transformation or results, the price or the vehicle. It's mainly one of those 4 from 0 to 10K. Okay. And the strategies I recommend here, it's basically content, then outbound or appointment setting. And then what I do sometimes with some of my clients is like a booking funnel, which is basically like a kind of like a sales page, but you don't sell anything, but like you just sell them into the idea of booking a call with you with that. Okay, everything okay up till now? Okay. So 10 to 50K, here the goal is to increase the call volume by validating a traffic source. So once we got to 10K, we basically validated our mainly like our product market fit. So we got product market fit, we got our niche, we got our transformation, price or result, promise or result, we got our price, and we got our vehicle. So now what we want to do is to validate a traffic source and scale it. So for example, Sarin validated LinkedIn and he scaled that. So what's the traffic source that you're going to use to scale? Bottlenecks that can appear here, service delivery delegation, which is like delegating your fulfillment. That could be a bottleneck. Then content delegation, kind of like delegating the content creation in order to have more time. Client results, which is basically like getting customer results at scale, because when you're handling more clients, it gets difficult because you don't have enough time. Then time, obviously, and then paid and organic qualified traffic scale. So scaling the qualified traffic from basically paid and organic, okay? The strategies I use with my clients here is basically shoutouts, in which you basically pay accounts to shout out you. So basically you pay accounts with big followers for them to, you know, send you traffic to your account. VSL funnel with ads, inbound marketing, outbound and appointment setting, and creating a fulfillment team. So for example, Sarin has Juanita, and start kind of like getting your team into the coaching clients, right? Then 50 to 100K, basically the goal is to recreate and build a marketing, sales and operations team, and then launch an upsell. Until this point, you should only need one offer, maximum two. Ideally, you can get to 50K with just one offer, and then after 50K to 50 to 100K, the biggest maximizer to scale is launching a backend offer. So here, the bottleneck is time, you know, ability to take calls, leadership, and team management. Okay, so here you basically need to have more closers. You need to start delegating the sales process. This is where many entrepreneurs fail also, to delegate sales, leadership and team management, you know, how to manage a team, how to transition to a manager and stop operating. And then strategies will be just continue with the R ones and recruiting a marketing, sales and operation team, high performance systems, which is like implementing like meetings, you know, one-on-one reviews, all that stuff, launching the backend, and start to give calls to a closer. Okay, makes sense? All right, cool. So that would be the role. I'm gonna talk now about my blue hacking method, my signature method that I use to scale businesses and that I use to scale my own business. So this is how I see business. You know, I see any business as kind of like Lego bricks, and I like to build them, deconstruct them and rebuild them as Lego bricks. So if you see your business as Lego bricks, that will make it easier for you to construct it, because you can see the parts of the business and see which of these parts are not working. So here's the method. You know, it's basically 4 pillars that I basically compressed into. The first one is identity. Identity is divided between vision, so where am I heading, where am I going, execution, which is what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and how I'm doing it, okay? And then number 3, part number 3 of identity is mindset, which is like, you know, the mindset of the owner, the mindset of the team, the energy, personal healthcare, whatever. Okay, all good? Okay, then NTPB, which is our niche, our customer that we are aiming, our transformation, promise, or result to that customer that we're aiming, then the price, and then the vehicle, which is like how we deliver that thing, you know? And then flow income, which is a term I came up to. So basically how I see business is like a pipeline, you know? And in that pipeline, water flows. And so if one part of the pipeline is broken, then water won't flow. Or like if one part of the pipeline is tighter, then water won't flow. So we need to know which part of the pipeline is making that water doesn't flow. Okay, so for me it's 3 parts, which is marketing, sales, and fulfillment. So basically attracting qualified leads. So attracting qualified leads and increasing the quantity and quality of those qualified leads. Okay, then conversion, which is sales, like converting those leads to sales. And then fulfillment, which is basically being able to handle more clients and then being able to deliver the results that we promise to those customers. So basically, if your business isn't scaling, it mainly comes down to one of these 3. And one of these 3 is also related to operations. So in a sense, it may be part of the operations that the team is not executing properly, so that brings us a result that we don't have the expected result. Okay? And then the last part of the pillar is operations, which is basically team, systems, and KPIs. Okay? That's my method and how I see business. So in that way, you can start seeing, okay, which of the parts of the business, if we put this in a sheet, it's missing. I even have an audit that I can send you later via Sarin, in which literally I put the whole business and I start doing like a checklist. Okay, is my vision okay? Is my execution okay? And then identify which part of the business is broken. And if I know what's broken, then I can know where to start fixing. Okay? So basically, that's all that I explained. I just explained it recently. So where to polish each pillar, this is more like how to polish each pillar, but it's like really long, but I can give you an overview. So basically, like vision, you need to define like where to go, so you need to define, for example, some bullet points I can give you around vision is mainly, start by defining how do you want your team to be, what type of clients do you want to have. So one thing that I do is like, I also build my customer avatar, culture that you want on your team, the revenue that you want to be doing in like 3 to 5 years, kind of like all those parts together in the vision. Execution, that could be like a talk on itself, 1 hour long, but it's basically like, kind of like start watching what you do. Mindset, kind of like, basically surrounding yourself with similar people. NTPB, it's basically like kind of like doing iterations of that. Niche, transformation, price, and vehicle. Marketing, what we do, we will get into detail here. So I'm gonna talk around all these parts here in this last part of the talk, which is optimization and scaling checklist. So basically, I like to kind of like put business growth as a checklist, So if the business isn't growing, then I come back to this checklist and start like watching what part is broken. So regarding the fundamentals, am I having the right mindset? So for example, do I believe that I can scale my business? Do I believe that I can hit the next revenue goal? Do I believe I should be charging what I'm charging? So basically mindset, which is the most basic cliche part. Then regarding execution, do I have good organization? Do I have good productivity? Do I have like consistent execution? Am I or is someone in my team like procrastinating? Something like that. So like kind of like check that. Are we doing quality control on the team? Whatever. Is my niche and transformation or result promise specific? Which is basically like, am I, basically aiming to a specific person, promising a specific result, or am I being too broad? And then like, do I have like an irresistible offer, like a specific promise, bonus, urgency, scarcity, guarantees, and kind of like results to show? Is my price more than 2K, ideally 3 to 5K? If you want to raise your prices, then you have to work on your mindset and your fulfillment. That's basically it. You need marketing and sales. If you have a great mindset and a great fulfillment, then you can raise your prices and you'll be confident. Obviously, you need the sales skills, but that's still the smallest part. And do you have a unique vehicle? Like, am I showing something different, Then regarding marketing, what we do is we do a daily meeting for quality control and feedback from our setters team, our content team, and our paid traffic team. So we do a daily QC meeting in which we review all the setters, all the traffic, and all the content, basically 30 minutes straight to the point. Then we do a daily email with content from social media, or if we are low on bookings, we will do like a more aggressive email sequence, kind of like taking people to book a call. And then what we do in Instagram is we basically do like a story and post, alternating between value stories and sales with copywriting, and we touch the pain points of our clients and we show a solution or clear path. We aim to grow daily our followers via free methods, which is advertising, shoutouts, or prospecting, and we scale winning ads on and remove loser ads from followers. Okay, this is kind of like our strategy that we do, kind of like a breakdown of the business. Okay, then cold prospecting, we do like 40 cold prospecting to our followers and 40 cold prospecting like to people that don't know us. 120 follow-ups a day from all conversations, and we clear all our post comments. Okay, all good from there. This is what we do on Instagram. Regarding ads, we spend like, depends on kind of like the month, but between 1 or 2K a day on ads. I would recommend to start spending $200 to $500 per day if you are launching ads, and aim to like a cost per booking of around 200, 300 would be cool, maybe a bit more in the English market. We are constantly testing copies, creatives, audiences, and we basically scale winners and remove losers, and we clear the ads from ads comments. Regarding the funnel, we are constantly trying to optimize landing page, whatever, organic on YouTube, upload a weekly video, and broadcast the video to the email list, LinkedIn and email outbound, make sure new people are receiving connections and emails, answer and manage conversations, and obviously post content. And we also review our customer origins. I have a software, which is a tracking software, which we track the origin of each customer. It's gonna be released to the public soon, but we see the customer journey and everything there to see where our customers are coming from. Regarding sales, we check that we are closing at least 25 to 33% of qualified calls, that we have an irresistible offer. We have a daily meeting for quality control and give feedbacks from calls from the day before and active follow-ups. We do sales follow-ups, and we do follow-up from people that do not assist the call or attend the call, and we provide value to both follow-ups, the ones that assisted or showed up and the involved, and the ones that didn't show up. We do follow-ups providing value. Then we make sure you have a backend offer. Obviously, if you are about, let's say, at least 30 to 50K. And we do 2 call reviews per closer per week of lost sales calls. And then we do call confirming, which is we basically call every person that books a call with us. We follow a script to kind of like confirm the call and make sure that the person is qualified and gonna show up. Then regarding service, or fulfillment, we make sure we have an efficient, fast, and clear onboarding, stating the clear next steps. We make sure we work on customer experience, which is not only what we deliver, but how we deliver it. That's very important. One thing that we were working on recently. We do a daily meeting for quality control and feedback from active customers and customer feedback. So we basically review feedback from customers and quality control how the coaches are handling customers. We make sure we reply to all lax messages from clients, all school posts, and we request and document success stories when it applies. We request, obtain, review, and act on feedback constantly from clients every week, request and obtain referrals, and make sure we are making upsells or renewals to clients, that we have satisfied customers, that we have deliverables, which are copy and paste. One thing that we try to do is basically give our customers copy and paste kind of like material. So you want to make your service the most done for you without being done for you that you can. So what you would aim to do is like basically give everything your customers need to make, but like as much as copy paste as possible. So it's like, let's say copy and paste this document, change a few words, and you can start implementing everything. That's what you want to aim for in your coaching programs or services, okay? What we do is we have a strict policy from our coaches to send free follow-up messages a week to our customers, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so we keep in touch, and we are always, kind of like on their back, seeing what they're doing, and also time leverage, which is like having coaches work for us. And basically operations, which is, do we have our KPIs registered every day? Are we meeting our volume of KPIs that we need to meet in order to hit our goals? Are we duplicating what works? Are we optimizing and constantly giving feedback to the team? Having the awkward conversations that need to be done? Are we having weekly one-on-ones to optimize the team kind of like performance? Are we having the right meetings with the right structure? Are we taking care of the team? One thing that we try to do is identify our meetings lab languages and kind of like check in that sense, kind of like, checking weekly how they're doing. If their lab language is like a gift, maybe send them something, or language, maybe say some words of encouragement, whatever. Do we have the team capacity right? Kind of like setters, closers, and coaches with availability to take more work? Are we doing quality control and transitioning the work gradually and not at once? So, you know, kind of like delegating with processes and step by step. Are we having our task in a, you know, kind of like, how to say this, like ClickUp or Asana or something like that, a place to have our project management software? And are we monitoring our tasks? And, you know, do we have our vision and values review monthly? Do we have the team motivated, satisfied, and with high energy? And are we reviewing and optimizing the finances and expenses daily, weekly, and monthly? And are we doing quarterly and CEO and head of operations one-on-one meeting with each member? That's something I like to do. Meets quarterly one of my team members. So lastly, to end the talk, what I want to talk about is basically risk to scaling that you want to avoid, which is delegating because of being lazy or not wanting to learn, or you don't do it well. So for example, if you delegate your coaching calls with your clients, you delegate your sales, or you delegate your appointment setting because you don't like to do it or you're not good at it. If you're not good at it, then you won't be able to quality control your team. Lack of transfers of skills, so don't have systems, don't have the aggressiveness, so being too passive or too permissive with your team. Don't have leadership to inspire your team. Lack of motivation or soft skills like empathy, accountability, not knowing how to delegate, not knowing how to lead meetings. So lack of confidence to let go of clients or members of your team. That's also very important, knowing which clients and when to let go. Lack of confidence to move to the next figure and be like, oh, my market is saturated, or I'm still missing these things, and kind of like having excuses. Or the most frequent one, which is shiny object. So I saw this funnel, or I'm going to make, you know, this webinar, or I'm going to make this launch, I'm going to create another business. So just listen to your mentor, Sarin, what he tells you to do, you do, and that's it. So that's everything on my end. Thank you a lot.
All right, that was really good, eh? Some serious practical value. Oh, the most out of all of us. You know what's funny? I asked everybody, send me your slides, send me your stuff so I can organize this for the event. So Brandon sends it to me, Natu sends me his, Newton sends me his, and then Marco sends me this doc. I go through this doc and I was like, oh shit, we got to make ours better. I was like, you know, that we can't do. I called Brandon. I was like, Brandon, are you near your computer right now? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yo, open up Marcos' doc. And he's like, oh, yo, we got to redo ours. I called Natu. I was like, yo, Natu, bro, you got to redo it. And then, but it's good, you know. This is the idea of a mastermind, is that you have people around you who naturally level you up, right? That is a prime example of somebody leveling you up. Like, I literally walked in my slides before, when my presentation was some like bogus before what I just showed you right now. But as soon as I saw what Marcos was presenting, I was like, oh, so this is the level we're praying at. This is the level we're operating at. And then I improved mine. Brandon improved his. Natu improved his. Newton improved his. That was kind of the whole structure behind it, right? So I encourage you to do the same, right? Find a group of people that you're really close with. This is a really important thing where you can, that level you up, right? I used to think a lot of this was like not true, but it's true. It's very true, right? When you find the right person or the right people to be around, you just like naturally, like, you know, if you're sitting beside someone who's just like way more built than you and you're a pool noodle, you're going to want to like lift yourself up. You're going to want to get stronger. You're going to want to get physically better, right? Same in business, same in life. So this is just a prime example of that. Anyways, now we have one more speaker left. So I hope you all have the attention and energy for one more speaker. Let me just, hold on, find something here while we're doing this.